that's a disrespectful angle. Hold on,
Nah,
let me fix that shit. There
what's
you
up,
go.
man? What's up with you?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling today, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm just chilling, man, handling some shit at the crib. Then I gotta run back down there.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Uh, man, what's your take on this Brian Norman fight? I was about to watch that of one that you did with shit. I can't. It's Milnova's Mill City or YSM. But
Right.
man, what's your take on this Devin Haney versus Brian Norman fight, man? Because you said something about Brian being a step or two behind.
Yeah. So when I'm saying that, first of all, when I'm talking about the fight, a lot of people think that I'm being biased because they think I don't like Brian Norman and his father. I don't have no type of hate for them. At the same time, I like to talk boxing. I like to talk about how I see it. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. That's how I see it. People take it how they take it. But the thing is, right? I feel like Devin is definitely more gifted when it comes to speed, when it comes to reflexes, when it comes to his reaction time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of little shit Dev got. His accuracy, he a lot more accurate than Ryan. You know what I'm saying? It's little things in there that count with this fight. With any fight, but with this fight. I think he's the more experienced fighter. I think he had way more looks than the Brian Norman. What I mean by looks is, right. Remember how when they said Floyd was an amateur and he used to box Pernell Whitaker and shit like that.
Yeah,
So what happens on days like that is, right. You learn something and you think you know something that all in the same day, and then you box that same guy maybe a week later, and what you thought you knew, he take it away from you and he show you something else. You
yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Brian Norman has been in the ring with some guys in some sparring sessions, yeah. But I'm saying Devin Haney lived in that pit, being in Vegas. Vegas, at the same time, Vegas caught a hot, like they caught like a heat wave. Devin Haney was growing up in Vegas. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of experience came his way just through the gym alone. Now, when it comes to the amateurs, Devin Haney, as the amateur, just like Ryan Garcia, he was a top guy in the amateurs. May not always been number one, but he was one, two, or three. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was always one of those guys. When he fought Ryan, what they forgot about Ryan is Ryan was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? When him and Ryan fought, they shared the wins and losses. It's not like Ryan beat his ass every time. So people like to bring up the Ryan fight, and I'm gonna tell you why I brought it up, because that was the most vulnerable we ever seen Devin Haney. But then you got to look at Ryan. You got to look at how he's built. You got to look at his attributes. He has what it takes to get to a Devin Haney. I mean, the speed, the height. You know what I'm saying? Now, Norman can fight. Norman is tough. Norman is a dog. But his decision making and his timing ain't always the best, because it's really just based off if I'm gonna catch you. It's not like I'm setting it up. All right, so imagine if I say I'm looking for nine, but I really start doing research and I find for nine. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm-hmm.
opposed to I'm looking for nine, but I'm waiting until I see for nine at a fight. I might not ever see
Yeah.
you
Right.
because there's shit always going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Brian Norman Jr., his style is like, I'm going to swing, and if I hit you, I hit you. If I don't, I'm going to try my best trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try my best. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, his father say he can box and all those things. I believe he can. I believe he can. The thing is, can he do it all night? No, because his mental is about trying to break you, trying to get you out. So that part of his brain is going to take over more than the boxing part. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be like, fuck, I almost had him. All right, let me try it again. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go
Mm.
crazy. Devin Haney, really, if you be fair, all he got to do is use his fucking jab and use his speed. He going to win a lot of fights just like that. Why? Because we seen him do it. Now, we seen him get in the trenches. Yeah, maybe not with a man as big as Brian Norman, but Lomachenko is very crafty. He's very
Very,
crafty. You
very.
cannot you cannot get in the ring with a Lomachenko and make mistakes all night. He's gonna make you pay for that shit all night, right? What I'm saying is, when you look at a Lomachenko and you look at the way he make you think, Brian Norman's never been on that level of thinking. He never had to go to that level of thinking. Why? Because he never had to go to the Olympics. He never did that shit 2 times. Lomachenko did that shit 2 times. Being able to think on the fly, two-time gold medalist, and then be fighting fucking world championship fights in his second fight as a professional. You get what I'm saying? He's been forced to think at a different level. Now, if you could get in the ring and deal with that, then you are on that level of thinking. Brian Norman's never been there. That don't mean he can't do it. That don't mean he can't do it. I just don't think he got it for Devin Haney. Devin Haney is not washed. People like to say he's washed because he took a loss or he got worked out. However you want to say it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the best thing about it, Fanon? It happened to him early. It happened to him early. If you was to get injured right now, opposed to when you was 25, what would be more painful? You getting hurt now or you getting hurt back then?
Now for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could recover at 25. My age now, it's too hard to recover.
That's what I'm trying to say. So the fact that he went through what he went through early, okay, I get to learn about it. Okay, cool. I know what I got to do now. Opposed to it happening when you 36, 37, 38, and it's like, oh shit, what do I do? Yeah, that was his feeling while it was happening, but it's good that he got it out the way. That shit not gonna happen every time you get in the ring, bro. Come on, bro. Like get it, like get the fuck out of here. It's gonna be a great fight. I love this fight. I think Brian Norman Jr. is gonna be ready, but at the same time, I think he's gonna be in such difficult territory because it's new to him. I think it's going to overwhelm him a little bit, not a lot, but it's going to overwhelm him a little bit to the point it's like, all right, what do we do? You know what I mean? What do we have left? And then Devin Haney will win by decision. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, I can see it. What do you think the strengths of Brian Norman are?
I think the fact that he's willing to take a shot, to give a shot, is his strength. I think he's a tough guy. You gotta really beat him the fuck up. You gotta beat him up. You can't. That's not the guy you can always just. All right, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him and then I'm gonna box him. I'm gonna hit him and then I'm gonna step away from him. No, sometimes you do gotta sit there and let him know I'm a man too. You gotta hit Brian.
You froze up, Greg. You froze up. Wait for a second, man. See if you can come back.
Yeah.
You better not. Now I can. Let me get this real quick. Thirsty dude, 513 said, Victor brothers. Nah, man, we not brothers. I don't know if Victor's black, man. I think Victor is black. Victor just super light-skinned dude. Deborah Booker said, fight night team boots, fight night team boots. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What round you got this fight this weekend going on, man? And what's wrong with these people? Why these people hating on your boy Boots so much, man? Man,
yeah. I think it's just that you can see, what he's capable of, and I think it's too soon for some people. What I mean by too soon is it was only a few choice people talking about Terrence Crawford. Now that he the man, you got Boots right on his trail. So because he's right on his trail, it'll be like, oh, we only got to talk about Terrence Crawford for 5 years.
Yeah, oh, that's wild. Like, yeah, hold on, man. Let me get some air, man. It took me a long time to get here. So let me kind of coast this out for a minute, man. You got to do right on his heels. Because that boy is, yeah, man.
Exactly.
I don't get it, man. I don't see what these dudes, man. I don't understand it, man. I don't get it.
But you know
like,
how
man,
it is.
What'd you say?
I say, you know how it is. Some of it is just poison that's being fed. A lot of these people really don't watch boxing. They really don't pay attention to boxing. They watch the names that they hear about, but they don't watch boxing. You understand? So it's not the business of boxing. It's not the guys inside. It's just like people who just want something to talk about that's starting this shit. You know what I mean? Because fighters, one thing about fighters, they respect the game. They respect fighters. They know who the real guys are, and they knew who the miscellaneous guys are. You know what I mean? They know what's going on.
Yeah, man. I would hope so, man. I just get kind of, you just hear the same things, man. Like who have you fought? Who have you, the same, same shit, which is the same line of bullshit. Like who have you fought? Who have you fought? Who have you fought? Just, but at least you acknowledge in the thing with with Brian Norman, you're not saying that he can't figure it out. You just saying from what I've seen and the situations that he's been in, it doesn't just give you, oh, yeah, he's going to figure it out, which could be different than JARON, because JARON grew up in Philly. and grew up in an area where there was a lot tougher competition. Where Brian Norman, I think that's a reasonable thing when you say that if like he grew up in Atlanta, right? Because like really truly, how much sparring and how much work can you really get in Atlanta?
But his
Like
dad,
compared.
but his dad did not to cut you off, not to cut you off.
No, you
But his,
good, you good.
but his dad did take him around to spar and get good work. Here's the thing,
Okay.
though. Here, I'm gonna tell you where you went wrong. Boxers grow every day, like regular people. They grow every day. You came to those camps and you thought you figured something out, and now you like, man, we could beat that shit. That ain't shit. But that was 3 years ago. You don't think shit's changed from then? You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
go so the problem is with him. Here's the problem with Brian Norman. He went and sparred a few guys. He sparred Tank. He talked about it. He sparred Bud Crawford. He talked about it. He sparred Boots. He talked about it. If you're not gonna tell the truth, you shouldn't talk about it, right? You try to cap a lot about how your son looked and how he felt and what happened in the spars, right? When it really don't matter. But you did it at a time where nobody really knew your son. So it's like we still trying to figure out who he is, and you trying to convince us that he beat these guys up in sparring. When that really don't matter, because when we watching him on Top Rank, if you be honest, the first few fights wasn't so good for him. He didn't look like a star. That happened the last three fights. Santillian, whatever his name is, and the other one. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That
Yeah.
happened the last three fights. So now, okay, everybody like, oh, he the guy now because he got the power. Okay, if that's what y'all want to believe, fair. You know what I mean? But here's the night where he fight Devin Haney. That's where you really got to show it because you fighting a game dog. Why do I say Devin is a game dog? He could have easily quit against Ryan Garcia. He could have easily quit. He was hurt bad a few times. He kept on fighting. That's a different kind of dog. That's a different kind of conditioning. It's not what you used to. When he hit Cuevas with a hook, Cuevas stepped back and said, you know what? I'm good. When he hit Sasaki, Sasaki didn't know what to do. Sasaki ain't never had nobody go at him like that. He ain't know what to do. But you go at Dev and he not even there, different story. You know what I mean? That's why, I don't know. You figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. I always found out because I don't listen enough to know like what the real history is with Jaron and Brian Norman. Like
Yeah,
I don't understand what that shit. I don't even get that shit, but it's just a constant thing that just keeps coming by my ear over and over and over again. You
yeah.
know what I mean? I know they're champions in the place at the same time, man. But with the way the Top Rank works, man, Top Rank is not going to give. First of all, they're not even going to make that fight because Top Rank ain't going to put that. Now, this is what scares me for Devin.
Yeah,
Top Rank usually doesn't make a fight like this unless they are 80% sure their fighter going to win that fight. That's
yeah,
who their matchmakers and
yeah,
such. So
yeah.
that for me is why I look at it like, what do they know about Devin? What do they know about this kid Brian that I don't know? Because
No,
typically they don't do that shit. You find them dudes, they win 9 out of 10 times that they put those guys up against each other.
but it's it's the gamble. They feel like the gamble is on the odds are on their side because they have the puncher in the situation. If you got the puncher in the situation, you looking at it like, oh shit, well, we got like a 75% chance. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
that's what it is. Top Rank feel like fuck it. He not the most famous kid, but he can punch. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to amplify that. We're gonna try to make it look like something. We're gonna make it try to do something. If he go in there and he do something to Devin Haney and he knock out Devin Haney, then yeah, his shit is gonna skyrocket. I do admit to that. I'm not a hater. I've never been a hater. His shit is gonna skyrocket if he go in there and stop Devin Haney. But if he go in there and he get a flat tire and he can't fix it fast enough, man,
Yeah, you about right on that, man. I think it goes the other way around too. If I think if Devin is able to beat Brian Norman Jr., I think that puts him in a great position, man. It's like he's back off that Ryan Garcia thing.
but
That
Dev,
last fight was dog shit though.
yeah,
That
yeah,
fight with
it was nasty.
Jose Ramirez. I mean, it's like, damn, dog, he can't win like that. Devin cannot go. He can't do that. He
And
moves
I think
around like that, skeets around like that, dog. Hell no. Hell no. That ain't gonna work, Jay. It ain't gonna work, Greg.
no, I think he definitely understand that. Yeah, I mean, he know that was
you better
nasty.
get, you better move his ass around that goddamn. He better fight, man. Shit. That was
Yeah,
a
he know that was
terrible
nasty.
fucking performance, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm fucking with him though. I mean, I don't really like, man, I'm trying to sweep like dumb shit by, dumb shit under the rug or whatever, man. I wish the kid good, man. Like, I mean, the
Yeah.
both of these dads, the dads equal each other out. Even though I kind
Yeah.
of, I've talked to Brian, I've talked to Brian Norman Sr., I've talked to Bill Haney. It is whatever it is when you're dealing with people that got their kids involved and all that shit.
Right.
But I wish him the best, man. I wish him the best. It's the whole fucking now. I don't wish nobody no good that's fucking over JARON, bro. Because
Yeah.
personally, I don't think neither one of those two dudes are on JARON Ennis's level. I don't,
Yeah.
and for them dudes to be talking, and I'm just talking about like what I see in the ring, because you bringing up the fact that Devin Haney was in a hot time in
Vegas.
in Vegas, man, it's always a hot time as far as you fighting in Philadelphia, though.
No,
So,
for
I
sure.
just don't think that they giving this kid enough credit, man. And he's just obviously the dude that at least he's gonna win, man. Hey, I don't think I talked to you since the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight, man.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Maybe we did. Maybe I don't know.
I
What's
don't
up?
know, man. What was your take on that, man? Your boy looking mighty superior to everybody, man.
Yeah, Bud. I mean, he went out there. He knew. For one, he believed in himself. That's one. That's first of all. You don't get a performance like that without believing in yourself. That's one. So shout out to Bud for that. Then he went out there. He pressed Canelo, and he put a jab on him. It wasn't the best jab in the world, but he put a good consistent jab on him. And what he did was he kept enough range where Canelo had to challenge himself. You know what I mean, with distance. He didn't like that he couldn't just swing and Crawford to be right there. Crawford made
Yeah.
him. Now, what I liked about Crawford is he picked up the pace every few rounds. Every few rounds, he did a little bit more, and he continued that all the way through 12. And I thought the way he closed it was like perfect. I thought it was like that was like, there's no better way you can write it up. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about a game plan, the way he went to the body, you know what I mean? The way he was able to keep Canelo off him, but at the same time, if they got in the clinch, he let Canelo know he was there. You know what I mean? Canelo tried to show him his strength early in the fight when he picked him up. You know what I mean? But Bud got him back in the clinch a few rounds later. You know what I mean? Where he spun him around, pushed him
Yeah.
to the ropes. Yeah. So it was mind games being played the entire fight, but Bud was always in the lead. So it was just. It was just I think the most impressive part for me, I didn't expect it to be that easy. It's not that it was easy because it's a fight and you still got to go in there and do it, but it was just the fact that the game plan fell into puzzle pieces. Like everything just was clicking. You know what I mean? And I thought that was real smooth. And even when he tried to get a little crazy, Bomac told him to chill. Bomac like, nah, chill. Like keep doing what you're doing. You don't got to go out here and try to go crazy. You know what I mean? Because that'll be the time you get caught. And that's why you need a really good trainer and a really good team. You know what I mean? Because you could be kicking a guy ass and getting a little cocky and wanting to go out there and finish and get caught. You know what I'm saying? So the trainers, big up to the team and all of that. I mean, he did great. He did great.
Yeah, what you think about the fact that, like, well, David Benavidez was interviewed on it, and he said, not trying to take any credit away from Bud, but he was said that he thought that Canelo Alvarez took Bud for granted and looked like he didn't take that fight seriously and didn't really like prepare himself for what was really coming back from him with Bud. What's your thoughts on where Canelo is? Like, T. Orlando's out here saying Canelo was washed or has been washed. What are your thoughts on that, man? Where was in his career?
If Canelo was washed, Jaime Munguia would have beat him. If Canelo was washed, Berlanga would have beat him. You know what I mean? All them guys would have beat him if he was washed. He's not washed. The problem is Canelo been doing this shit so long, he don't get excited about it no more. You know what I mean? He pretending to get excited. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He took Bud Crawford serious because if he didn't take him serious, he wouldn't have been sparring the guys he was sparring. He was sparring some really good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Some really
Right.
like world class fighters. You know what I mean? You got Yo Hernandez there, Boots Ennis there. You got that kid. a kid from Canada. I forgot his name. But you got all these guys in here that can fight. You know what I mean? If you don't care about a
And
guy, why would
Billy,
I?
and Billy, and
No,
Billy.
not no, not in Billy. It's a kid. It's a new kid named Saint some shit. I'm sorry, I'm saying his name wrong. He a 54 pounder. He got about like 18 fights. He can fight
Oh,
though.
okay, I'll check him out.
Val Saint.
Val
Um,
Saint. Okay, thanks.
so you had all these guys. When you're not taking somebody serious, you're not gonna spend that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call these kind of guys in the camp. You know what I'm saying? He would have just had some regular sparring partners. I think he really did take Terrence Bud Crawford serious. The problem is, like I was trying to mention to people, Canelo has got used to fighting bigger, slower guys. Yeah, the guys are stronger, but they're slower. And with them being slower, they also slow down quicker. You know what I'm saying? So fighting a guy his size was going to be more challenging because now you facing the speed, the height, the range, everything is in your face now instead of you looking up at just a big body. See, when you in there with a big target, it's easy to hit them. You can punch them anywhere. You can punch them on their hips. You can punch them on their arms. You can punch them because they big bodies. You feel me? And they're gonna break down at some point. And Canelo is strong, but when you break it all down, you compact it like if you look at Canelo body and then you look at Bud, they kind of look the same size that night, right? So then,
Yeah,
so the arm length go to Bud a little bit, but then the height where it's not so big and it's not standing over top of you, it's sitting. The height is sitting back now. You know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah,
like so it's like, damn, I can't really get in there like I think I can. And then his feet are quicker than I'm used to. It's just a lot of little things went into it, man. Bud was on point. Canelo wasn't.
Ye-
That's all.
yeah. I can appreciate that, man. What you think Bud should do?
I think Bud man should start doing movies and shit, man. Get this other money. Real shit. I'm being real because listen,
Now I
bro.
know you're being real. That's a shift. Yeah.
Because because bro, I'm 39. Bud just turned 38, right? And I'm not saying me and him the same because he in a lot better shape than I am. But what I'm saying is, you be feeling that shit, bro. Like you can feel that shit, like you know what I mean, your back and all that shit. Before
What are
this
you
shit get
talking
too.
about, man? I'd swing a goddamn golf club, bro. If I motherfucker, look, bro. I fucked around and got into golf, right? And I like 3 days in a row, bro. I was hitting these big buckets of balls. Man, I was sitting around, bro. My fucking chest and arms and back said, yak. Man, my
Yeah,
shit was, I was like, the fuck? I was like, thought I had a goddamn heart attack or some shit. I was like, the fuck is going on with my muscles? Like the fuck, nigga. Like,
real
dog,
shit.
seriously, man, that shit was scary as shit. It took it
Real shit.
like 3 times for that shit. I was like, hold on, that's my fatigue. Like,
Yeah,
you just, bro,
yeah,
like you don't understand, dog, the difference
yeah,
between 56 and 46 and
yeah,
46 and 36 and 36
yeah,
and 26. Man, that shit is so fucking different, man. My son is like 19, bro. He ran up the fucking stairs, dude. And I don't, dog, I used to run track. So I
yeah,
know I could go boom, boom, right up the stairs, right? Man,
yeah.
this nigga ran up the stairs. I tried to run up like that shit, man. My knees swole up on my ass for about 4 5 days. Couldn't do
Yeah.
shit. So that's why getting back to that Bud shit with Jaron. Dog, I know I look all the tricks in the trade, all that, bro. If damn, I want to see that fight, bro. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think boxing gets that a lot. Like, because dude, it's everything to beat that kid. Like, you can have like all the fucking tricks in the trade. You can
Yeah.
have them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can have them. But that 40-inch vertical is some different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, Jordan is 40 years old, bro. He's the best, no, the smartest basketball player, can still do it. Dog, Penny Hardaway was doing his ass. So I don't remember if you that old enough for that. Yeah, you should be.
Yeah. I remember.
Bro, Michael Jordan was the best basketball player in the world, dude. Already had a three-peat. Man, Penny Hardaway was doing his ass so dirty every time he picked up the ball just because he was so much quicker. He was so much more explosive. This
Yeah.
like the shit that you can't outthink, especially if somebody can think anywhere near like you can think and can
Yeah.
make the same type of adjustments that you can make.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm telling you, it would be so fucking intriguing,
But
bro.
do you hear what you speaking on? Like, do you understand what you're speaking on about the pace? The pace? When you could be 37, 38, and all that, and you could slow a guy down just off of your footwork, that is amazing in itself. But when you
Mm.
can, is when it's like fuck, like you said, it's like damn, I got 10 more rounds of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Your body gonna one day say, I don't feel like this shit. So that's why I'm saying, Bud, go do the movies and shit. Like still this like get this good money. You know what I mean? Go do some TV and shit. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, that's the truth, man. I ain't gonna hate him on. I ain't gonna hate him on if he doesn't, man. How you see the 154? Because you know your boy Keith got his life saved by that fight getting canceled. That shit was gonna be horrific, bro. In my personal opinion, what do you think was gonna happen in that Keith Thurman Sebastian Fedora fight? And I fucking hate it for your boy for Oshaki and Steve Fulton Jr. though.
Yeah. I think I feel like fun. I mean, Keith Thurman was gonna go in there and just go for broke. It was something he said in one of the interviews where he was like, "Man, this shit could go all night, or this shit could go 3 rounds. Like, I ain't what the fuck." Like, so that kind of like gave me like the feeling that he like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and do what I could do. Whatever I can make happen, I'm gonna make it happen. Fuck it. I mean, if I knock him out, I knock him out. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't. I just think I think it was a dangerous fight for Keith Thurman. It must be something else in the works for Keith Thurman because this was really weird for this fight to pull out. Um, and like you said, I feel bad for the rest of the guys on the card. But I mean, I thought that was a great fight, though. I thought it was a good matchup. Keith Thurman ain't never been no sucker. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Even though he talk funny and he might dress funny, he not no sucker. You feel me? In that ring, he gonna rumble. So,
Yeah,
um, so it's just I don't know, man. It was gonna be a good matchup. Fundora, I don't know what happened with him. I think they said it was like his hand or something.
and something. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
so
don't know, man. That should. I don't know.
yeah, you just never know with this shit, right? So
Yeah, yeah, you never know if that's really it or if that was some ticket sales
yeah,
off. I don't, who knows, man. But whatever the case is, man,
yeah, yeah,
I'm glad Keith didn't get that ass whooping because I want that dude. I believe in these fighters, these older fighters. They need to fight each other, man. Like Errol. That's the
yeah,
fight I want to see, man. I want to
yeah,
see Errol come back. If he's gonna come back, let him fight somebody like Keith, man. Find
yeah.
some way to find some way to wrangle a belt for that one. But it just seems like that dude was out to be food, man. About food, man. But
Real
man,
shit.
that's all I have for you, brother. If you need anything, I appreciate you coming through.
No, I appreciate you, man. Everybody, salute to the chat and everybody, salute to you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
All right,
All right, bro. I'll let you push on.
for sure. Get with me.
All right, man, for sure.